Hello and welcome to Euro Daily. I mean, you get the gist of what we talk about every day. We talk about the Euros. I mean, it's in the clue of the title. If you've clicked on this and you're looking for a podcast about Lego, well, it's called Euro Daily, so it's about Euros, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, unprofessional intro. Should we get into it? Oh yeah, it's also a podcast.
Podcast if you're looking for Lego podcasts.
Oh yeah, you're looking for some animal podcasts. Just know it's a Euro podcast. Anyway, don't know why we've managed to get sidetracked within the first few seconds already. But yeah, should we start in order talking about last night's 8 o'clock game?
I don't know why it's an alphabetical order, time order, that's the right thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, alphabetical order. So we're going to start out with, which country comes first? Hungary. Then after Hungary, I believe it's Spain, then it's Portugal, then it's Sweden. We just do it in random games and make up the game results.
I get the gist.
Anyway, yeah. So, should we get into it?
Yeah, so there's not much to say about last night's game, really. I didn't watch it, 0-0.
I watched it. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather be being flipping strangled by a flipping terrorist group. It was so boring. I'd rather be keeping held hostage by ISIS than have to watch that game. It was so draining. I'm sorry. It was just like my dad's like, oh, you gotta watch it. You got a podcast talking about all the games of the Euros. You gotta watch them all. One of you have got to watch at least one of them each. So it's like I've got to watch it, but it's I think I would have rather died, to be honest. It was so draining. Literally, it was like, ooh, pass. And then they did, like, nothing. They did absolutely nothing. The star player was Robert Isaac. I thought he was actually really good. Did you see?
We can move on then, I'm guessing.
I mean, I was going to talk for a little bit longer just about Robert Isaac. I thought he had a really good game. Produced a lot of good chances, which he made himself, and I was impressed by the lad. Plays for Real Sociedad. Seems to be one of their best players. So he really impressed me. I mean, I thought Spain were quite lacking because they don't have that spirit. They don't have that physical man who can win them that ball and get it up. They don't have a leader like a Ramos who will shout at players and get them to move and create something for the team. And I think they're just lacking that with Luis Enrique because he's taken those players out of the team. But yeah, I should have heard you're hearing our predictions when we eventually release them at the end of the tournament, because we just decided that's what we were going to do with the situation with our editors, didn't we? So yeah, but Isaac looked good. But Spain are lacking the spirit. But I did call that Spain won't get too far in our predictions. I just don't think the Spanish team are very good. They haven't got a cutting edge like England have a Harry Kane, Portugal have a Ronaldo. Portugal have a Fernandes, England have a Mount, a Foden, that are good. Well, we've got lots of good players, a bit like Spain, but then we've got players who can change a game and make something happen. You look at Germany, they've got Kai Havertz, they've got Toni Kroos, they've got Timo Werner. Granted, some of them haven't played the best this season, but they're still great players. You look at France, Mbappe, Benzema, Griezmann, players that can change a game. Spain don't have that. A lot of good players, but no one great. Anyway, there's nothing much we really need to say. Or if you didn't watch that game, do not even bother watch the highlights. You genuinely would rather be having a gun pointed at your head while being strangled than watch that game. It was so bad. Anyway, on that positive note, let's move on to the 5 o'clock game.
It wasn't a 2 o'clock game today. I didn't realise that. So
I did, because I always ask for it in school, because we always manage to finish the lessons early, get to watch it in school, and then me and you normally listen to the commentary on the way home, don't we?
Yeah,
that's class. That's great fun. Yet again, like I said before, we aren't going to release our predictions because it'll be quite till the end of the Euros. Then, or maybe the day before the final, right? So everyone can listen to it back and think, what absolute mugs. Why would they have got out of the group stage? What are you on about? So yeah, that would be quite funny for you guys all to listen to. So then, instead of us putting it at the start and you thinking, oh, it wasn't that wrong, and forgetting about it, you'll think, oh my god, we've just seen all this, they're stupid. But yeah, So we'll release that at the end. But we did back Hungary to come third in the group. We're not going to say we backed to come bottom, but I said Hungary would come third, and they gave Portugal a game until the last few minutes, didn't they? They attacked, they fought, they won stuff, and Portugal struggled with that. Team with players like Ruben Dias, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Diogo Jota, João Cancelo. They struggled against the Hungary team whose star player is however you pronounce his name, sausages as Danny Aaron's calls him. Like, you literally cannot, they have nobody really that's that good, but they've got a spirit, and I thought they came into this tournament on 8 wins out of the last 12. And I still think that they're a solid team. They make it hard for teams, and I think one or two of the teams in that group will struggle against them, won't they?
Yeah, I agree. We need to look at the predictions from the Spain-Sweden game. What did we say?
Oh, crikey, yeah. Talking of that, you want to talk to them for a little bit? I'll go get the predictions, because this means I don't have to edit any of this bit out. And we don't have the time to edit it. And plus, I can't be bothered. I just want to watch football. I mean, we are going to edit this, very high quality editing. We got budgets that range from thousands of pounds per edit. Nah, genuinely, right. Be back in a sec. Just have to get it. You talk to the viewers.
Okay, so you guys, I know you're loving this podcast, and I reckon just keep watching. Tell your friends about it, and then subscribe, share with your friends, and then everyone will love it, and this will be a world famous podcast, and then we might be able to get Gary Lineker and other people on the podcast.
Do you know what just happened? I've literally managed to bang my head on the stair, but you get the bit come above you when you're running up the stairs, yeah? Because I had to run down. I live in an old Victorian house, so people were small back then, so I just went on my head. But yeah, I've got the league back here, so we can talk about it. Someone's just messaged me. I do not care. Oh yeah, someone just messaged me. I'll add this into the views. Let's face it, we haven't got much content for this episode. But I put on my story because half our school pretty much had to isolate. I just put on, imagine having to isolate. But yeah, that was, and then one of my mates gone, oh, imagine if you had to isolate. I literally put it on as a joke. Anyway, let's talk about the league. We have a scoring system. If you haven't heard it, I can't be bothered explaining it now. Let's face it, okay? Go back to the other episodes and watch them. In fact, actually, please watch them. It increases our viewers. But on the first one, we're doing banging for views. I'll just add that in. I think we're on 7.6 thousand viewers now for our first episode. And our one we released last night is on 2.7. We're on 7.6 thousand viewers for our first episode. Guys, that's incredible. 7,500 of you listening to it. Anyway, let's talk about our league thing. Like I said before, if you don't know how it works, go back to the other video and watch it. I can't be bothered explaining it. So, yeah. I predicted 2-0, you predicted 2-1. I'll just explain it. 5 points for a bang on score, 3 points if you're 1 goal off. You get 1 point if you're 2 goals off, and an extra point for a victory, getting the closest. So Josiah, you got 2-1. That's 3 goals off the end result of 0-0, which means you got 0 points. I was 2-0 off, which means I get 1 point, and then I get an extra point for the victory. So that's 2 points to me. So, there's more points to Finn. But genuinely, that's pretty good for me. That means I'm currently on... I'm on 8 points. You're currently on 5. But you get the perfect prediction tonight and I mess up, and then it could all be different, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we? We're going to predict tonight's 8 o'clock game, I think.
No, we need to do the 5 o'clock game.
Oh, yeah. No, we talked about that enough, didn't we? About our Hungary game.
Fair enough. I'll just explain all the goals, because I just want to do that.
Yeah.
So, there was a goal from Rafael Guerrero. Very nice, just hits it really hard, and then it comes off. Big deflection, goes in the bottom corner. good goal. Second goal.
You mean it was a jammy deflection? Not a good goal, a jammy deflection.
Jammy deflection. Willie Orban gets the wrong side of Rafa Silva, takes him out, and then Ronaldo, is he ever going to miss a penalty?
Yeah.
No. 2-0.
Yeah, he does miss penalties, just not
minutes later, in like the last minute of the game, a bit of tiki-taka, 1-2s, through to Ronaldo, passes the keeper, 3-0, bang.
I think in that game, Ronaldo ended up breaking a Euro record for international football. Yeah. Do you want to just get that up while I'm talking, just so you can make sure we get it factually correct for the viewers? Well, I'll just talk a bit about tonight's game. Do you know what that is, Josiah?
Yeah.
What's that? Tell the viewers.
It is France versus Germany.
Oh, jeez. That is a saucy game. A saucy game. France, a front line of Mbappe, Benzema. Or actually, let's say it like Danny Irons does. Mbappe, Kareem the Dream Benzema, Griezmann, you got Ousmane Dembele, you got a midfield of dreams. N'Golo Kante in the middle. I mean, France have got such a great squad, haven't they? And then Germany, you've got Timo Werner.
Cristiano Ronaldo became the Euro all-time top scorer.
Wow.
So he's scored the most goals in the Euros.
Jeez, that man's just a freak of nature, isn't he? He's so incredible what he can do and everything. You gotta hand it to him. The amount he just pushes himself. He pushes himself and pushes himself. Nothing is ever enough. It's it's just crazy. If you know what I mean, it's incredible what that guy can do. He just manages to take everything to the next level. And I think it's proven that he's the best goal scorer in Europe. Anyway, should we talk about the French-Germany game?
Wait, I've just got some key stats here.
Alright, read them out.
Ronaldo now has 11 Euro final tournament goals, 42 including qualifying. Ronaldo has scored 106 Portugal goals, is just 3 away from matching Iran's Ali Day as the all-time leading international men's goal scorer.
Wow. And I reckon he'll probably beat him, and he'll be playing for what is considered by the FIFA World Rankings as a much better team against much harder opponents. Not saying that Iran aren't as good, it's just according to FIFA's rankings, they perceive them to be better. And most people would agree with that, but if you support Iran and you think they're better, fair enough. It's up to you, really. People like different teams for different reasons. Anyway.
Right, 8 o'clock game, here we go.
Yeah, well, I was saying about how France got an incredible front line. Germany, they've got Champions League winners in their team. They've got World Cup winners. They've got so many great players. France have experience of winning the World Cup, so do Germany. Germany have a new, fresh crop of players to add into that mix, to give it a bit more sauce, a bit more spice. What are you saying? A lot of great attackers in that game.
It's going to be a really tight game, but I reckon...
You're saying it's going to be tight? Maybe, but I bet you're going to say there's going to be lots of goals, right? Players like Mbappe, Kareem the Dream Benzema, Griezmann, Werner. What are you saying?
I'm saying 3-2 France, and I'm hoping for the sake of my fantasy team that Mbappe scores a hat-trick.
Oh, I'll take an Mbappe hat-trick every day of the week.
I captained Mbappe.
Mate, you should have captained Lukaku. I told you, Captain Lukaku. I mean, sorry guys, we're just going to have to end the episode here. Didn't have Lukaku in his Euro Fantasy League. Bye guys, thanks for listening. Nah, I'm joking. I mean, you took the bait well and truly. I told you all the attacking line went, oh, this is such a good team, oh, this, made you put a really high scoreline in, because I know Didier Deschamps, he doesn't concede many goals, it's Deschamps. His style of football is defensive, it's defend and scrap up for a 1-0 win. So I'm going 2-1 France.
And 2 goals from Mbappe?
I hope so, yeah. So, just write this down, 3-2 France. And I've gone 2-1 France. part of me thinks it's going to be a great game like you predicted, and another part of me thinks it's just going to be an absolute stinker, if you know what I mean.
Right,
It's
I'm
going
going
to
to
be
give
boring.
you the lineups, okay?
Yeah.
So, for France, we have Hugo Lloris, Pavard, Varane, Kimpembe.
Kimpembe. Sorry, do that again, sorry. I can't let sing that.
Hernandez playing at left back, Pogba, Kante, Rabiot and Griezmann, and then Mbappe and Benzema up front. And then for Germany...
I mean, that team. But to be honest, if you're playing on FIFA, play Theo Hernandez as a centre-back. 99 pace. What a team of the season that card is. Anyway, sorry.
And then for Germany, we have Neuer, Hummels, Rudiger, Ginter, Kimmich, Kroos, Gundogan, Gosens, Gnabry, Muller and Havertz.
I mean, look at the experience in that team. You've got 3 Champions League winners, a Champions League finalists of this year, all of them are of this year. Got 2 more Champions League winners in that team. A lot of them are World Cup winners and have World Cup winners around the squad. Got a World Cup winning manager. They've got a World Cup winning goalie who's also won the title. That team is just full of names that have won stuff. Same with France, maybe not quite to the same extent, but still. It's either gonna be an absolute cracker, or it's gonna be a bit of a dull tactical masterclass.
I reckon I'm not gonna read out the bench, but honestly,
yeah,
the bench is just as good as the actual
France,
team.
I personally think though, are a bit lacking in options behind their starting 11.
Who, Germany?
No, France. Rabiot.
Rabiot
in your midfield. Rabiot, a man who can't get into the squad of a Juventus team who've had their worst season in about 15 years, having come 4th and completely not even got close to winning the Scudetto in Italy. He's not even been playing for them. He's a BTEC Aaron Ramsey.
France's bench.
But Rabiot though, you got to admit, he's just an Aaron Ramsey with a man bun. They got a lot of spare attacking options, but not many central midfielders. I just put that on.
No, just listen to their bench.
Alright, go on.
Clement Longley, Thomas Lemar, Olivier Giroud, Ousmane Dembele, Corentin Tolisso, Zuma, Mandanda, Luca Dean, Kingsley Coman,
Luca Dean, yay. Our left back is magic and his name is Luca Dean. Our left back is magic and his name is Luca Dean. He got more assists than Andy Robertson this season. Andy Robertson, just a Scottish Luca Dean. Nah, he's been great this season though. Should be starting if you ask me. But yeah, now they've got great depth, but I don't think they've got match winners in their bench. They haven't got anybody who's going to win you a match. Good players, not anybody that's going to win you the match. Look at England. Jadon Sancho. He will win you a match. Jack Grealish. He will win you a match. You've got players of that calibre that can change a game. I think France have a lot of tactically astute players that can impact the game, but they will not produce that moment that wins them the game. Like, they do not have that in their squad, I don't think. Like, it could prove me wrong, but I find them a bit lacking in that region. What would you say to that?
Yeah, I think Germany don't have great strength and depth, other than like Leroy Sané and stuff on the bench.
Yeah.
But France have got their strength and depth. But like you were saying
Thing
about
is,
England,
though, with Germany, Sané can change a game. France could do with a Sané. The best they've got is Ousmane Dembele, who, let's face it, he's just been an absolute flop. He's a BTEC Coutinho, and that's saying something. Coutinho's had a shocker at Barca.
Yeah, but the England strength and depth is crazy, and I think I know every year everyone says it's coming home, but I think this year we do have the best chance we have had in a very long time.
And look, we can get to the final. We'll beat, I reckon if Portugal finish second, which we predicted them to, and France finish first. We beat Portugal. That's not that hard. They're good, but until the 84th minute, they couldn't score against Hungary. Their name is literally how you feel when you see a food advert. They couldn't beat that. They could hardly beat them till like the 85th minute. So we could beat them, then it's an easier run to the final. I would never say it's easier than England fans, because we'll get beat. But then think, England fans, like they were against Croatia, you know, where we were like booing every time they got on the ball, was hardly any French fans allowed in because of COVID restrictions, because let's face it, we've got the Delta variant with cases going stupid, deaths going silly, and actually people, even with the second dose of the vaccine, are getting killed by this new variant. So it isn't looking good. So French people will not be allowed over. So be mostly English fans in the crowd. So be like booing all French players when they get on the ball, cheering England. Like there'll be just such a pure English atmosphere, and everyone singing "It's Coming Home." And I think we've got something we didn't have back in '96 at home. We've got winners. We've got winners. That's what we've got. Phil Foden, Champions League finalist, Premier League winner, one of the candidates for the PFA Young Player of the Year. Harry Kane, Premier League Golden Boot winner. Jadon Sancho, one of the star players for the team that's challenging for the title every year in the flipping Bundesliga. You've got players of that quality, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I just think we've got winners, and we could win this. Anyway, start talking about England. But yeah, let's face it, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. 3 lines on the shirt, jewels were made, still gleaming, 55 years of hurt. Never stop me dreaming.
Yeah, crazy.
That's a number 1 rendition of "It's Coming Home," isn't it, Josiah? I think you guys share that on everywhere. You know, put hashtag get Finn to number 1 in the charts. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I just think it's gonna be a cracker of a tournament. I'm getting football fever. It's hot. It's sunny after the year and a half we've had of just staying indoors, not being able to do anything, finding back at school with mates. We're at a point where not everything's relaxed, but it's relaxed enough to the point where you can enjoy life really well, and you can just chill, and like you can watch games in class, then you can like have it on your speaker coming back home, listening to commentary. You're watching the 5 o'clock game when you get in, eating it, having it while you eat your dinner. You know, you're watching 8 o'clock game, watching that, and then going to bed. It's proper tournament fever, and I'm loving it, guys, if you can't tell. I think you are too. Wow, he's literally just blanked me. You absolute rat. Anyway, should we end the episode here?
Yeah, thanks
you
for listening.
blanking me, you disgrace. Anyway, yeah, do the waffly ending.
Subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends to help this podcast grow. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, should be that. I think that's a wrap, isn't it? Thanks for watching, guys. Everything Josiah said, do it all, and that's it.